Hello my dirty little dumplings and welcome back to Brian Abroad. It is day 3 of our Singapore trip. We are getting kind of a late start today because we're tired, y'all. And so it's basically like lunchtime and we're just leaving the hotel now. We don't have anything major planned today. It's mostly just like walk around and check out the things that we didn't get a chance to see yet. There's a really nice cathedral right next to our hotel. It's St.
Andrew Cathedral.
Okay, so St. Andrew's Cathedral. The first 2 times we passed by, it was closed, but it's open now. So we're gonna go ahead and check it out, and that's gonna be our first stop today. St. Andrew's Cathedral has more than 200 years of history in Singapore. The site of the cathedral was chosen all the way back in 1823, with the foundation initially laid 11 years later in 1834. The first service was held here in 1837. Unfortunately, the original building was struck not once, but twice by lightning, and was closed 15 years later in 1852. In 1856, construction began on a new building in the same location, and the new building was consecrated in 1862. Since then, new additions have continued to be added on to the building. When we first walked in, there were volunteer guides who were willing to walk us around the church and tell us all about it. We opted to explore on our own. Now, I'm not religious, but I do love churches. I think they are beautiful and peaceful places, and St. Andrew's Cathedral, with its stained glass windows and lofty ceilings, is no exception. Definitely pay it a visit if you're in this part of Singapore. We just finished at St. Andrews and now we're gonna hop on the MRT, which is the subway here, to go to Chinatown. Quick pro tip for Singapore before we get on the train, bring a fan, it's hot. Are you dancing to the music?
It's Taylor Swift.
Nothing says China like Taylor Swift.
Surely when you say you want to get married,
Yeah?
it's like a
Marriage pillow?
Yeah.
Are you supposed to like sleep on it the night of the wedding?
No, it's just for the decoration.
While we were walking through the streets, we overheard something that sounded really exciting. We followed our ears and ended up at the Sri Mariamman Temple, the oldest Hindu temple in Singapore. Built in 1827, the temple is free to enter and explore so long as visitors take their shoes off and leave them at the door. Truthfully, I'm not sure which particular event or ceremony we just stumbled into the end of, but the temple and its atmosphere were absolutely incredible. Just arrived at the Buddha Tooth Relic Museum, so we're gonna go ahead and check it out. It is a free temple that you can explore here in Singapore. The Buddha Tooth Relic Temple and Museum, completed in 2007, specializes in Chinese Buddhism. The building incorporates influences from architecture from China's Tang Dynasty. The building consists of multiple floors and was built in part as a shrine to the Buddha Tooth Relic. The main hall is where recitations and ceremonies can be delivered. Lining the walls of the 100 Dragons Hall are the 100 Buddha statues, designed to greet and give blessings to all who enter. The upper mezzanine of the main hall also contains exhibit space dedicated to those who contributed to the temple's development. On the upper levels of the temple, visitors will find a wide array of exhibits designed to educate visitors on the beliefs and history of Buddhism. The museum also contains exhibits dedicated to the history of Singapore's Chinatown, with artifacts from its past proudly on display, including items related to the history of the temple and its construction. Aside from the main hall, my favorite part of the museum was its rooftop garden, a peaceful escape with its many plants and trees. The garden also has a beautiful prayer wheel housed at its center. Every turn of the wheel represents one full recitation of a sutra. This museum and temple truly has everything. There's even a restaurant in the basement. Which reminds me, it's time for lunch. All right, we just finished with the Buddha Tooth Relic Temple and Museum. Very peaceful place, a good break from kind of the rushing around of trying to see everything while we can. And now we're here on Smith Street to grab some lunch from Hawker Chan. I was expecting a little bit more like hustle and bustle here, but it's pretty dead. I think we found more of like the hustle and bustle than I was expecting. So at the end of Smith Street on Trengganu Street, I know that I butchered that, there's a lot more food stalls and little market booths on both sides. And Hawker Chan should be somewhere right around the corner here. Hawker Chan was Singapore's first hawker food stall to ever be awarded a Michelin star, and now you can find retail locations scattered across Singapore. The restaurant is famous for its soy sauce chicken dishes, but there are many other items on the menu. I did get the soy sauce chicken, and Yuan got the salted braised herbal duck. A little salty, a little sweet, very delicious, and not very expensive, so I would definitely come back here again. After lunch, we decided to explore the area a little bit. A lot of the buildings in this area had different hand-painted murals that celebrated the history and the culture of Chinatown, and these paintings really brought this area to life. They actually started to make me miss Chinatown in Boston a little bit. Looking at these murals, you could just imagine how exciting this area must have been in the past. A little bit after that, it was time to hop on a bus and head off to our next exciting location, Merlion Park. All right, you guys, we arrived at Merlion Park. Look how big and majestic it is. Wow, Singapore. Just kidding, there's the real Merlion. Of course, the Merlion has become the official symbol of Singapore, and I don't make the rules, but I heard that when you visit the Merlion, the rule is that you have to take a picture like this. And I'm no rule breaker, so here I go. It is kind of weird because, first of all, we were on the flyer, which is right in front of us. And then last night we were at the bar, which is also right in front of us. And we've never seen the Merlion statue from any of the places that we've been. And we've always been like, where's the statue? Today we walked all over the place and took a bus and we did the whole thing to get here. And it turns out it's right near everything that we've been doing the whole time. Also, before we came here, the weather forecast for like 5 days straight was like rain, 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 rain. And I was like, oh no, that sucks. It hasn't rained a single time since we've been here, but our luck might be about to run out because over in the distance, the sky is very dark and it's starting to thunder out.
Yeah, it's pretty loud.
We're on borrowed time. It still looks really cool though. With the storm about to roll in at any moment, we decided to do what any normal person would do and book a river cruise. Don't worry, at this point the storm had blown over and it started to clear up, so we weren't in any danger. The cruise gives really great views of all the different buildings and the iconic architecture around Singapore Bay. There's also an audio track that plays the whole cruise that teaches you a little bit about some of the buildings and the bridges that you're going to be passing by and under. We got to just sit out in the open air, enjoy the ride, enjoy the breeze, and take in the beautiful sea view as we learned a little bit more about Singapore. Later on, we headed to Lau Pa Sat, which is a famous hawker food market located here in Singapore. All right, so it's been a while since we checked in. After the cruise, we went back for a little bit of a swim in the hotel. We were like the only 2 people in the pool, so that was cool. Now it's well beyond dinner time. What time is it? It's almost 11 at night, and we're in Lau Pa Sat, which is a huge food mart with food and people everywhere, except we arrived a little bit too late and a lot of the food stalls are closed. But we do have some food. So Yuan has some fish head soup and I have something that I've really wanted to try since we got here, but I don't really know how to say it. Charmander. What is it called? Char Kway Toe.
炒粿条
But that's Mandarin. 炒粿条.
fried white toe.
Fried kwai toe.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm gonna look up the correct pronunciation so I'm not being such an ignorant Laowai. But basically it's fried rice noodles with egg and soy sauce. It looks good. I'll show you guys what it looks like and I'll let you know how it tastes in a second. Is that the fish head right there from the fish head soup?
No, this is just the fish.
Just fish?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll try it. I'm gonna eat some fish head soup. Yeah, that's good. It tastes like a white river fish. It might be sea fish, but it's not like ocean-y tasting. I don't like when fish tastes like this, like the bottom of the ocean. I don't do stuff like clams or mussels or things that are like down in it. But like a haddock, that's fine for me. Now I need to try my food too. Oh, it's like fried noodles and noodles. Like there's two different kinds. It's also really good. It's not like super strong though. It could be a little stronger for me. There's two different kinds of noodles. These are rice noodles. Everything has like a smoky fried kind of taste, which is like better and better the more that I eat it. There's also, I think, some sort of shellfish inside.
Scallops?
I am not
Like a
100%
smaller.
sure. There's definitely something going on. Not bad. There's also what appears to be some sausage inside. All right, my other dish just finished being prepared. I guess it looks kind of similar, but this is called carrot cake. It has nothing to do with carrots. It's actually fried radish, I believe. And there's two versions, like a light and a dark version. The dark version has extra dark soy sauce in it, so I got the dark version. I believe there's egg and maybe some other ingredients in here as well. Maybe garlic, which I'm not supposed to have. So I'm just gonna be careful. I'm gonna let you know how it is. It's really good. It has like a smoky campfire taste. It is kind of like an interesting texture that I'm not used to. It's almost like a tofu-y kind of feeling. Garlic, eggs, dark soy sauce, very good. After dinner, we stopped at the Kopi kiosk to grab a fruity beverage, and then we headed back to the hotel. Right outside of Lau Pa Sat is Satay Street, where you can get all kinds of different cheap barbecued street foods. We decided to skip this time, but maybe next time. And yeah, that was our third full day in Singapore. If you like this video and you'd like to see more videos like this one here on my channel, please remember to click that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and ring the bell so that you get notified when I upload a new video here on my channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.